What is post-concussion syndrome?
Post-concussion syndrome, often referred to as persistent post-concussive symptoms, encompasses the lingering effects of head or brain injuries that persist longer than anticipated. These effects can significantly impede a patient's recovery journey from a brain injury. If you've encountered a head or brain injury resulting from an accident in Denver and have received a diagnosis of post-concussion syndrome, you may qualify for financial compensation. If you sustained injuries in an accident in Colorado, contact the Colorado Brain Injury Lawyers at Front Range Injury Attorneys today to schedule your free consultation. Our experienced legal team are knowledgeable and zealous advocates for our clients and their cases.
We treat our clients as people, not case files. Learn more about how we can help you pursue compensation for your injuries and damages. Recognizing post-concussion syndrome signs. Determining the presence of post-concussion syndrome isn't always straightforward, as the recovery timeline varies for each individual. Physicians can offer estimations regarding the duration needed to achieve maximum medical improvement based on injury severity. Typically, a mild concussion should resolve within 2 weeks.
If the recovery period exceeds this timeframe significantly, it could indicate post-concussion syndrome. Common symptoms associated with post-concussion syndrome include persistent headaches,
dizziness or vertigo, tinnitus, ringing in the ears, blurred vision, sensitivity to light and noise, restlessness, difficulty concentrating, memory issues, chronic fatigue, sleep disturbances,
irritability or anger,
mood fluctuations, personality alterations, anxiety or depression.
Post-concussion syndrome manifests with cognitive, physical, behavioral, or emotional symptoms. Regular communication with your physician regarding your symptoms post-trauma is crucial. If symptoms persist beyond 2 months following a head or brain injury, a diagnosis of post-concussion syndrome may be warranted.
Causes of post-concussion syndrome.
The exact mechanisms underlying PCs are not fully understood but are believed to involve a combination of factors.
Brain injury mechanisms.
Post-concussion syndrome can arise following any form of head trauma or injury. The precise reasons why some individuals develop lingering symptoms post-brain injury remain unclear. However, it appears to be more prevalent in those with prior head traumas, including concussions, or a history of headaches. Factors such as age, gender, and previous head injuries may also influence susceptibility. Interestingly, the severity of the initial head or brain injury doesn't necessarily correlate with the risk of developing post-concussion syndrome. Some patients with mild injuries may experience persistent symptoms, while others with severe injuries may not.
Diagnosis and evaluation.
Diagnosing PCs involves a thorough medical history, physical examination, and evaluation of symptoms. Healthcare providers will inquire about the circumstances of the injury and conduct a physical examination to assess neurological function.
Neurological tests may be performed to evaluate cognitive function, balance, coordination, and sensory responses. While imaging studies such as CT scans or MRIs are not usually necessary for diagnosing PCs, they may be ordered to rule out other potential causes of symptoms. Treatment approaches.
Treatment for PCs focuses on managing symptoms and improving quality of life. Rest and gradual return to activities are essential for allowing the brain to heal while avoiding overexertion that could exacerbate symptoms. Medications may be prescribed to alleviate specific symptoms such as headaches, insomnia, or anxiety. Physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy may be beneficial in addressing physical and cognitive impairments associated with PCs. Counseling or therapy can help individuals cope with emotional challenges and develop strategies for managing stress and anxiety. Your healthcare providers following an accident may employ one or more of these treatment options to assist you with managing the symptoms and treating post-concussion syndrome. In most cases, post-concussion syndrome is not permanent. The majority of patients diagnosed with this condition can achieve full recovery with adequate rest. Symptoms may persist for weeks to months, though some individuals may experience prolonged symptoms lasting a year or more. A multidisciplinary approach involving specialists such as neurologists may be beneficial for a patient's recovery journey. Seeking compensation for brain injury and post-concussion syndrome. Post-concussion syndrome can exacerbate the challenges associated with recovering from a head or brain injury. Long-term health issues and associated mental stress can arise due to persistent symptoms, potentially leading to significant medical expenses and hindrances in daily life. Victims of accidents caused by negligence may be entitled to financial compensation for their brain injuries and subsequent post-concussion syndrome. If you believe negligence contributed to your accident, consulting a personal injury attorney in Colorado is advisable.
Front Range Injury Attorneys offers free case consultations to assess your situation and guide you through the legal process effectively. Frequently asked questions, FAQs. Is post-concussion syndrome permanent? Post-concussion syndrome can vary in duration, with some individuals experiencing symptoms for a few weeks to several months or even longer. However, for the majority of people, symptoms eventually improve with time and appropriate management strategies. Can post-concussion syndrome be prevented? While it's not always possible to prevent concussions, taking precautions such as wearing protective gear during sports and recreational activities, practicing safe driving habits, and raising awareness about concussion signs and symptoms can help reduce the risk of developing PCs. What are the long-term effects of post-concussion syndrome? Long-term effects of PCs can include persistent cognitive impairments, mood disturbances, and challenges in daily functioning. However, with proper treatment and support, many individuals are able to successfully manage their symptoms and resume normal activities. How is post-concussion syndrome different from a concussion? While a concussion refers to the immediate effects of a head injury, post-concussion syndrome involves ongoing symptoms that persist beyond the typical recovery period. PCs is diagnosed when symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, and cognitive difficulties persist for weeks or months after the initial injury. What should I do if I suspect I have post-concussion syndrome? If you're experiencing symptoms consistent with post-concussion syndrome, it's important to seek medical evaluation from a healthcare provider experienced in diagnosing and treating brain injuries. They can assess your symptoms, provide appropriate treatment, and offer guidance on managing your condition effectively.